tech, then and now. The word tech is short for technology. Today we're going to go through some different types of technology that we have seen over time, meaning a long time ago, and we might see that today. Do you know how these help us? Look at each of the pictures. Both of these help us do similar things, but the calculator is faster and easier to use. This picture on the right side with all the numbers is the calculator. They both can be used to help us with addition and subtraction. Ways to listen to music over time. This is a phonograph, and this is a record. Commonly known as a phonograph or vinyl record, the gramophone record is an analog sound storage medium consisting of a flat disc with an inscribed modulated spiral groove. The groove starts near the outer edge of that circle record and ends near the center where you see the colorful blue and rainbow pattern. Walkman with cassette tape. The compact cassette, often referred to as audio cassette or cassette tape, is a magnetic tape sound recording format. This is a cassette tape, the little black rectangular object on the bottom of the page. Then the Walkman is the picture in the middle that has headphones attached to it, which people used to use to be able to carry music around with them and listen to the music. And then up at the top is like a cassette tape player that people would use maybe while they were at home or at work or at school to listen to the cassette tapes. The cassette tape, the little black rectangle at the bottom, would go inside these instruments to play the music for us. An 8-track. Stereo 8, commonly known as the 8-track cartridge, is a magnetic tape sound recording technology that was popular in the United States from the mid-1960s through the late 1970s. This right here is an 8-track tape, and you would play it either at home or you would play it in the car. And it was really big and took up a lot of space to listen to music. Compact disc or CD came next. It's also known as a CD, and it's an optical disc used to store digital data. It was originally developed to store sound recordings exclusively, but later it also allowed the preservation of other types of data. MP3 player. Many of you are probably pretty familiar with these. The MP3 is a digital audio encoding format. It is a common audio format for audio storage, as well digital audio compression for the transfer and playback of music on digital audio players. Over here is something you might not have seen. This is one way that we would use to listen to music and be able to take it with us. Similar to a phone, but it only plays music. Communication over time. Communication meaning sending messages to others. This picture right up here that's black and they're tapping it with their finger. This is a Morse code machine, which was used to create clicks to send a message. Morse code was a sort of texting invented over 130 years earlier than the invention of texting that we use today to send messages on our phone. Each letter is represented by a combination of dot and dashed tones, lights, or clicks. And to decode the full message, you need to recognize each letter's combinations. And this was an old phone that would be used to call people on. Communication over time and sending messages to others. First, this is the first radio to send news to a large group of people. That's how they would get information out, maybe about a storm or something special happening in their city or town. They would have to, send a message through the radio. And then this, the second picture, was the first TV to send news to a large group of people, kind of like how we watch TV today, but this is what the first TV looked like. Communication over time, sending messages to others. Today, many of us will send messages through email or through text messages on our phone to other people. Other type of messaging might be live chats on the computer, social media, Seesaw, Facebook, to name a few. Here are some of the different telephones and what they looked like over time. These kind of telephones were not telephones you could take out and around with you. They stayed at home, plugged in. Then we have mobile phones. These are cell phones or mobile phones that you might see today as your parents or older brothers and sisters might carry around. And this is the different stages that they were built and what they look like over time. Next, we have some TVs and what they looked like starting back in the 1930s all the way up till today. This is how the different TVs looked. Transportation, we had cart and horse, and that went to boats after that to get around from place to place. Steam trains, then bikes. You had different cars and airplanes. Here's how cars changed over time from 1915 to 1940. Some more cars and how they changed from 1950 to 1960. Cars in 1970 and 1980, 1990 and 2000, and 2010 and 2019, which are very similar to the cars that you might see today. So I hope you had fun learning about how technology has changed over time.